at very pickings high.
Autumn olive has the dubious honor of being listed in this booklet, A Guide to Invasive Plants, which profiles imported vegetation that's crowding out our native species. It was introduced into this country from Asia and was frequently planted by highway departments as a cover for wildlife and to control erosion. This woody shrub isn't a true olive. It's a member of the honeysuckle family. The silvery undersided leaves, delicate white flowers, and hanging berries made it a good choice for landscaping. But now the same agencies that planted autumn olive want to get rid of it because they didn't realize how aggressive, adaptive, and vigorous this shrub is. Clearly, they made a mistake by overplanting. Perhaps as a way to turn error into opportunity, and that way is to use its edible berries. Each shrub is capable of producing up to 8 pounds of fruit. These bunches of scarlet berries, speckled with whitish-gray dots, start to ripen in mid-October and can be collected through early December if the birds and squirrels don't get them first. The berries have recently received positive press as a possible source of lycopene, an antioxidant which may help combat certain types of cancers and heart disease. A scientist for the Agricultural Research Service found that, ounce for ounce, these berries have up to 17 times more lycopene than the typical raw tomato. That's good enough reason to do further research on autumn olive fruits. If ecologists are still concerned about this rogue shrub, I have a proposal. Harvest the berries to use as a new condiment for Thanksgiving dinner, either alongside or instead of traditional cranberries. Autumn olive berries ripen the same time as cranberries, but don't require the extensive use of pesticides or large amounts of sugar to make them palatable. Just don't make the mistake of eating autumn olive berries too early, as they're highly astringent. Wait until after several days of below freezing temperatures. It's easy to gather a large amount of fruit in a short time, as dozens of berries can be stripped from the bush at once. Before picking, check the twigs, since some have small thorns. Sample the berries from each shrub because the flavor can vary greatly. Eat fruits raw or cooked. They have a tart, sweet taste, similar to that of pomegranates. Their soft, yellow seeds are edible, but somewhat chewy. I make a puree from the berries that can be added to applesauce or ice cream, spread on pancakes, or used for jams and jellies. To process the berries, simmer them for a few minutes on low heat. Add only enough water to prevent scorching. I use a potato masher to release their juices. Don't add sugar, since they're sweet enough already. Strain the pulp through a food mill or strainer. Press hard on the pulp to squeeze it through. It can be stored in a jar in the fridge until it's needed. Fruit leather can be made from the cooled down pulp. Spread it in the desired thickness on a flat pan that's been covered with parchment paper. Put in a cool place to evaporate the water. Watch out for mold. I use the fridge, or you can put the pulp in an oven that's recently been used and turned off. Then I return it to the fridge. This takes about 6 days. It's reached the proper consistency when you can peel off the fruit from the paper, and it has a leathery feel. These may look funny, but they taste great. If I have my way, the appearance of autumn olive will be welcomed instead of dreaded.